How does one inspire others, particularly young people, to live an extraordinary life?
Well, first of all, I believe that every young person, every young adult has deep inside them a dream, and they have an aspiration to do something extraordinary. And sometimes it's repressed, but deep inside it's already there. So it's not so much that it has to be given to them, it's automatically inherent inside them. When young people live congruently with what is truly most important to them, they allow that to come out. Because when they do, they set goals that are aligned and congruent with what's most meaningful, most inspiring, most purposeful, most valuable to them. They tend to walk their talk, they tend to do whatever it takes to accomplish it, and they tend to gain confidence in themselves, and they allow themselves to expand what it is that they would really love to do and bring that extraordinary life into fruition. So the key is to finding out what's really, truly meaningful to them and not necessarily subordinate and have them live according to somebody else's expectations, but what's truly meaningful to them. And then allowing them to take baby steps and to make big dreams. I always say, piggy banks become biggie banks, and if we take little action steps every day, we make big dreams come true. So this is what inspires them. And then if they surround themselves with other individuals who are inspired, role models, heroes, if you will, and see and then extract from what they see in them and awaken within themselves the same traits, they can stand on the shoulders of those giants, not in their shadows, and do extraordinary things. So these are some of the things I'll be talking about.
Family, their parents, their uncles, their siblings, what role do they have to play in helping this young individual realize the extraordinary life?
Well, Albert Einstein said the greatest teacher is exemplification. So if we really want our youth to do extraordinary things, we have to be accountable to do what we can to live extraordinary lives. And if we, for some reason, are not surrounded by those individuals that allow themselves that, then it's wise to seek that out and appreciate the stepping stones that those that may not be driven that way, but to go out and find those mentors and go associate with those mentors and allow themselves to stand on their shoulders and learn from them. But not everybody in the family may be as dedicated to doing extraordinary things. Some people may accept mediocrity. But if they don't surround themselves with family that do it, then it's fine to step out beyond that and help the family go beyond that by leading the way.
What made you choose to be in Cape Town right now to inspire these young people?
Well, I had the opportunity. I was discussing with somebody a few months back about that possibility, and when I get these type of opportunities, I like to grab them. When I was very young, I was told I would never be able to read, write, or communicate, never amount to anything, never go very far in life. And then when I later discovered when I was turned 18 that I could read and I could do something with my life, I've been, for the last 38 years, dedicating to try to help other people break through that same limitation. And so this is an opportunity for me to do that. This organization reaches thousands of children and teens, then helps them. It makes the difference in their lives. So if I can contribute even a tiniest bit to an organization that's already in motion and already building momentum, then I feel grateful. At first I started out creating a Dr. DeMartini's dyslectionary. All the words that I kind of twisted around, I figured I might as well sell them. No matter what happens to you, it's not what happens, it's how you perceive it, what you decide to do with it, and how do you take actions from it. And so I basically look at those things as now stepping stones, not stumbling blocks.
We have to ask, who inspired you to lead such an extraordinary life?
Well, my first inspiration, I'd have to say, was, believe it or not, Howard Hughes. When I was 14 years old, hitchhiking from Houston, Texas to California, I met him in El Paso, Texas. And he's the one that took me to a library and told me how to learn. He said, you learn how to read, boy, because there's only two things they can never take away from you is your love and wisdom. So you gain the wisdom of love and the love of wisdom. And then later, I met Paul Bragg when I was 17, almost 18. And he's the one that inspired me one night with one message about you can live an amazing life and do something extraordinary with your life. And as a result of him, that's when I saw new possibilities and I changed my life. So yes, without a doubt, meeting people along the journey can make a huge impact.
South Africa has just come out of a very extraordinary year, really. I mean, the hosting of a very successful and the most profitable World Cup in June and July. What was amazing about the tournament for us was South Africans believing once again, one more time, that we can actually, in a unified way, achieve success for this country. That was followed by a list of headlines that just reminded us of what a horrible place this can be at the same time. What words of advice would you give, I suppose, to parents out there who have kids that they need to inspire?
Inside every child, because of their own unique set of priorities and values, they already are excelling in something that they're inspired by. They already have something where they excel. it's finding out where that is and catalyzing that and encouraging that, and not projecting onto them assumptions about what they're to do, but to help them awaken what they're inspired by. And they have it automatically inside them. I've never met a young person that didn't have it, but what happens is they've disbelieved in themselves because they've been told and kind of shoulded box instead of allowed them to shine. And so what I'd say is that we have in South Africa just demonstrated what's possible. And as a result of that, we can just now use this as a catalyst to continue that momentum. And I think that young people in the future like that, when they have that honor to be able to go and allow themselves to shine in their own expertise, you might say, they will waken up automatically. So I think that we just don't need to get in their way. We just need to help them get on their way.